Mr. President, is it important that people be afraid of you? Fear.
Yes.
Hello and welcome. I'm Maria Ressa.
Maria Ressa carries the torch of press freedom in a country held in thrall by a populist president.
It started with the drug war.
Do not do drugs because I will kill you.
President Duterte began his administration with the drug list.
This is the drug industry of the Philippines.
He showed everyone a list. People on that list started dying.
I'm telling the Filipino people it's gonna be bloody.
We demanded the government be held accountable.
Duterte was annoyed by our reporting.
You are a fake news outlet. They will be allowed to criticize us, but you go to jail for your crime.
We started getting attacked on social media. The government created disinformation networks, so people have no idea what the truth is. I was getting an average of 90 hate messages per hour. We don't even know whether we can trust the police to protect us.
Just because you're a journalist na ito, you're exempted from assassination.
We didn't even realize how dangerous it is for you.
Why are you crying?
Because I'm scared for you.
Maria Ressa has been arrested.
The charges against Ressa were aimed at intimidating those who challenged Duterte's rule.
So why should you care about what happens in the Philippines? They test the tactics of how to manipulate America in our country. If it works, they port it over to the rest of the world.
Maria Ressa was one of 4 journalists named as Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
Maria won't be afraid. I'm afraid for her.
What we're seeing is death by 1,000 cuts. Little cuts of Philippine democracy. We will not duck, we will not hide, we will hold the line.
A Thousand Cuts Review, a free press endures lacerations. News recap for Monday, August 10, 2020. This documentary profiles Maria Ressa, a journalist who has fearlessly chronicled abuses in the Philippines under the Duterte government. Click the link to watch the related article and watch the video coverage. The Death by 1,000 Cuts that gives this documentary from Ramona S. Diaz its title as The Death of Democracy, a slow wounding that eventually makes the democracy too weak to survive. And while that assessment, offered by the journalist Maria Ressa, refers to the Philippines under Rodrigo Duterte, the absorbing and multipronged 1,000 Cuts presents the country as a test lab for autocracy, and suggests that its experiments have a high potential to travel. Refreshingly, the film is not simply a profile of Ressa, who founded the news site Rappler and has fearlessly chronicled the abuses of Duterte's presidency and the violence it has encouraged against purported drug dealers and addicts, but a kaleidoscopic dissection of how information courses through the country. It illustrates social media's capacity to deceive and to entrench political power. While Duterte dismisses Rappler's articles as rife with innuendos and pregnant with falsity, the movie implies that such colorful language is part of an image-softening strategy. Diaz follows the parallel Senate campaigns of Ronald de la Rosa, a Duterte loyalist also known as Bato, and Samira Gutok, an opposition party candidate. The pop music singing Bato acts more like an entertainer than a public servant. But the principal focus is Ressa, whom Diaz captures in offhand moments. She trails Ressa as she steps off a plane in the Philippines anticipating being detained. Elsewhere, Ressa tells a sibling, the only way to not be afraid is to understand the worst-case scenario, and embrace it. The movie ends by noting Ressa's conviction in June in a cyber libel case, part of a raft of charges against her widely seen as a government effort to stifle reporting. Exactly how many cuts are left? 1,000 cuts not rated. In English and Tagalog, with subtitles. Running time, 1 hour 50 minutes. Watch through virtual cinemas. Click the link to read the related article and watch the video coverage.